Hello and welcome to the Every Other Saturday podcast for a brand new episode this week, where we've done what we've set out to do. We've won the game at Hampden that's seen us into the final, facing Aberdeen. Obviously, that game was on the Saturday. We had the job to do on the Sunday after that, and well, what a job we done! It was a great performance for the team. Great support for the fans as well. It was brilliant inside the stadium, and obviously we had that win that probably was a catalyst for this one against Dundee. It was probably one of the most impressive results we've had all season, 5-0 against Dundee, and it just kind of felt like everyone's seamlessly going in the right direction. We're playing a lot better. Players are committing to the task, and everybody just seems to be totally on board with what clements trying to do at Rangers. And I think the fans are getting there as well. It's been an absolute revelation he's done so far, because for where we were, having Scott Wright come on, impact the game and score is wild. But we'll go through our thoughts on the game, and then obviously we'll go into the Sparta Prague game, which was next in terms of our European journey. That's a all important game at home. So if you do enjoy the podcast, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll go on to which was Hampden yesterday. Obviously, going into it in good form. Players are hitting form at the right time, as you say. Tavernier in that image yesterday was just. I'm genuinely going to put out there, I think it's one of his best games he's ever played for Rangers. Like, just like for his commitment, his goals, just everything about his play that we've needed it was there, and I cannot fault that guy one bit. And it always gets the conversation going again, as we've talked about near enough every week on the podcast. The captain say Tavernier would deserve what it takes. I think he has what it takes 100%. It's just everybody else around him needs to be aligned in that way that he is.
Well, I definitely. I would say it was definitely one of his best performances yesterday. Fantastic performance for the captain. It was a real captain's performance. Um, Definitely, as you say, obviously divisive. Everybody has their opinions on Tavernier, but what you can't take away is he's always there. He always steps up in the big moments when we need him to step up the most. But yesterday was fantastic. Really, obviously, captain's leader performance. A sensational free kick. I did not think he was going to take it. See, when he walked towards the wall a wee bit, I thought, oh, here we go, Barisic is taking it. But my man Tavernier stepped up and put another Yelter in. And then obviously, if they going on about how many goals he scored and what have you, how many penalties, whatever, doesn't matter. He steps up and he does the business so many times, man.
Nah, and especially even with the first one for the penalty, you're looking at last weekend. We get two penalties. He misses one of them.
Yeah.
Obviously, scores the all important one to draw his level, and then he's back again facing Xander Clark in another important moment in the game. And I think Xander Clark thought he was just going to go straight down the middle, and Tavernier obviously sent him stationary. He was just stood still really, and he put it into the net, and that was kind of the start of where we really took control of the game. And not that we weren't in control for the first half. Really, I thought Hearts, for where Hearts have been over the past couple of seasons, it's a massive fall off. To be honest with you, you were expecting Hearts to constantly be a threat. I don't think they offered too much. They were kind of relying on long balls to maybe along Shankland at times, and their formation again. I don't know why they've reverted to playing five at the back. The three players in the middle are far too similar to get in, kind of going in the middle of the park. They probably were missing somebody like Alex Lowry to create and make chances. Obviously, he was cup tied, but I we'll go on to the team that started the game. Obviously, we'll start with Jack Butland. Gets his song out in full force
Ah,
after Wednesday night's game, and this guy is just. I don't know how we've been so lucky with goalkeepers. Like, every single year upon year, we need to get a new guy in, and we end up producing the goods. Butland again yesterday, a couple of really big saves at important times. The one I remember, Frankie Kent at the corner just after we'd scored. Great stop for that one. Stephen Kingsley's sort of looping effort tipped that over the bar at 2-0. So again, when you need him, he's there in big moments, and he just commands his box so well. He's so quick with the distribution, so comfortable. I love a guy.
I mean, we all love him. Super Jack Butland in a goal, but he's just calm presence in the net. And every time I see him, Jack, in that top, I'm thinking to myself, do you know what it is? I'm liking the goalkeeping top more than any other
Mm.
top this season. I feel like personally it's a belter of a top. No, I was solid yesterday. I thought the back line was all solid really as well in front of him. Balogun as well. He's talking about a guy really, also up there in age and what have you, where a lot of people were up in arms, maybe a bit. I think maybe the signing him, but come back and he's done a brilliant job alongside Connor Golson. I thought in the last two games he's played. Jack, I thought Ryan Jack was a bit hit or miss, but I thought him and Lundstrom they were solid enough. Lundstrom was fantastic yesterday. But I think we just need to talk about him, Jack. I know everyone's obviously been giving the stick towards Lammers and what have you, but the man that get the yellow card yesterday and get hooked off at half time, as you said, he has to have maybe a wee wake up call and a wee shake to himself because all I'm seeing at the moment is an Instagram player personally. That's just my opinion. I know everyone's going to stick towards Sam Lammers and what have you, no good enough and what have you. That goal he scored obviously during the week, sensational goal, fantastic play, leading up to it. But I just think obviously Cantwell really does need to have a. I know he's just coming back from injury as well, give him that, but he still has to have maybe a wee bit lucky ourselves here because all I'm seeing is an Instagram player.
It's difficult with Todd Cantwell because he's got so much talent. We've seen it. We know the kind of player
I
he
know,
is. We knew what
no
we were
down the
signing.
talent,
Aye,
absolutely.
it's genuinely just kind of like just now at the moment. I just don't see where. Obviously, people will say his best position is where Lammers is playing, but at the
The
moment,
man's the man just
Lammers the guy that's been kind of fancied in that position. So
that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. Clement clearly fancies Sam Lammers in there. I know he's been obviously he was talking about when he's been in Belgium previously. There's certain players that he was working with that were maybe in the same position as Lammers in terms of low on confidence, not really feeling good about themselves, and he worked hard to make sure that they were better players and what have you. So maybe he sees a challenge there and he wants to help Sam Lammers. We obviously can't move through in the middle. We know no down the qualities he can't move, what have you. But when you see stupid yellow cards like that, there was no need for that.
that's the
Um,
thing that annoys me about Cantwell. That is the thing that really it makes me turn my head and just wonder why are you doing what you're doing. He's not getting anywhere near the ball, and he puts his hands up in the pool and he falls to it's stupid fouls all the time. And if it's not stupid fouls, it's fouls that he's trying to big up the crowd for. And look, mate, we're with you. We were singing your song at the game yesterday. We love you, but I just need more. I mean, I'm looking at Seema obviously scoring, producing just 90 minutes of hard work
Quality.
every game. Lammers yesterday, I thought he kind of kicked on a wee bit for his goal, and I thought he would because it's as you say, it's confidence with him. He was taking the safe routes with stuff, not really taking too many risks, but he was comfortable in the ball and he's got that bit of technique if he has to pass it on or create something out yourself. He's that guy to do it. Daniil obviously wins you the penalty. He's had a couple of goals the past couple of games. Cantwell's the one in there that he's just not really providing you anything. No assists, no goals. And you're really wondering where does he play in this team because obviously he was pushed out more wide right, and he's not really got that natural pace that a Seema or a Wright would give you. And I just find it pretty hard where he's saying it kind of fitting in with Clement's system. Obviously, seen Tom Lawrence come on yesterday and looked very, very sharp. Like I thought he was brilliant when he came on as well. So Cantwell's one. Personally, for me at the game on Thursday, I'm starting Cantwell. I think, and I would change the formation a wee bit to go with a 4-3-3, and I would bring Wright in, and I would drop Sam Lammers to the bench. Not on his own performance. Cantwell obviously get subbed off 45 minutes. I feel like he's going to be a bit more fresher. And I would play him in a three with Jack Lundstrom. But he was the only one really for me yesterday that I was like, it's the continuation and needing more from him comes for me. But onto the back line again for me, Barisic. I think you see the difference actually when he's playing over Yilmaz now. I think we're much more comfortable when high balls are coming in, and we seem to defend as a unit a lot better. And I think Yilmaz is the better attacker out of the two, but I feel like Borna Barisic is probably still the better aerial defender, obviously, and maybe at times he's better with the ball at his feet, makes good runs. Obviously, he's got that crossing ability as well. It's a difficult one in the left back area because I want Yilmaz to succeed, but
Well,
Barisic done himself no harm yesterday.
well, as I sent you that tweet also yesterday as well. I mean, that's what three managers and all three of them have preferred Barisic over Yilmaz. So kind of maybe a bit hang me there. You do feel for the guy, obviously, had a real proper sort of chance to kick on and get into the team properly, really. But Barisic, as you say, probably is a better defensive defender, which is, I can't believe the words came out of my mouth really there, to be honest with you. But no, just as I say, mate, like, obviously I know the stick towards Lammers is justified. Do you know what I mean? He's the money we paid for him, and obviously you expect a lot more than what we've got, but just think it's a bit unfair. I mean, obviously we won the game yesterday, and all I'm seeing is people going for Lammers already. Do you know what I mean? How about we just enjoy the fact that the team played fantastically well second half and went out there and put us into a cup final, a chance to get silverware early in the doors, sorry. And I obviously no doubt the qualities of Cantwell at all. Would obviously play on Thursday as well, but just think he needs to up it a bit more. And I said that when he signed as well. I just need a bit more goals and assists. But I know Barisic, as you say, mate. I thought he was quality yesterday as well. Balogun as well, as I touched on as well. I thought he was fantastic beside Connor Goldson. Didn't look shaky at all. And then obviously Davies comes on and he's away a penalty. But it was good obviously yesterday as well. Obviously just the way the manager managed the game, I just thought it was superb. Do you know what I mean? He could have brought Scott Wright on, and we're all thinking yourself. I mean, I said to you, I can't believe Scott Wright's coming on here, but I forgot that he owns Hampden. He owns that stadium. He's the man that owns that ground. So aye, but Seamer as well. We were touching on as well. Seamer just quality yesterday as well. 90 minutes of hard work. Definitely got to be signed in either in the January or the summer window for me. Definitely top player, man.
Nah, as you say, we Scott Wright, even I think looking at the Aberdeen game, obviously it was Michael Beale's last in charge of the club and he gets sent off. I thought, right, this is going to be the last time we ever see Wright even part of a team, a squad at Rangers. But obviously Clement has come in and he's made everybody a part of the group, which I think helps. Nobody's kind of pushed out to the side. Everybody's a part of this, what we're doing now. And he's came in. We've not, as I've said, we'll not get many natural options out there. Scott Wright doesn't really have the goal record to back him up either. But yesterday, I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was good the other night as well when he came on, and against Hearts last weekend, I thought he done quite well. So you never know. It might be a lease of life for Scott Wright. It might be somebody that's really believing in him now as a player, giving him opportunities, and he's taking that confidence in his stride. Because Scott Wright is a guy I can never ever say anything bad about, because I mean he's coming on, he's giving his all the time. He deserved that goal yesterday. I thought he was great in the goal as well. Lammers was brilliant. Wins the ball back in the middle of the pitch. Sima does I don't know how he's actually that fast. Wins the ball and then it obviously breaks a wee bit. Danilo then passes it on to Wright, and it's just relentless. You're not giving the team, the Hearts team, a minute to breathe in that situation. It's just constant pass, and it's in the back of the net before you know it, and we're cruising at that point. But Scott Wright's done well in the past few games, and you just hope he kind of takes that on now, and it's a real sort of start to his Rangers career, if you like, because it's never really properly got going.
Or Jack, it's just the owns Hampden.
Or he just owns Hampden. You just keep him until the final, and he does what he does after that.
I'm gonna say Hampden.
But I think in terms of a squad player at the moment, he's been a good option off the bench. And Lundstrom, if we go to him as well, I mean, what happens to this guy when we get a new manager? Like Giovanni Van Bronckhorst turned this guy into a colossus. Clement's turning him into an absolute machine. Like, this is the Lundstrom we've all wanted. The Lundstrom that was playing sideways passes and fucking not able to run 2 yards himself and not even chasing balls is gone. Like, I feel like this is a man reborn. He's one of the first names in the team sheet now, and I thought yesterday he was absolutely fantastic. I mean, I think it was we were defending a ball in for Hearts and clears it, and he's just sprinting, like beats the Hearts defender for pace, and everyone gets to the ball on the left hand side. And I thought Lundstrom on in midweek as well was brilliant, and it's just good to see players have a total upturn.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, players that we were obviously critically under the last manager and what have you, and it's just good to see obviously a new manager come in. Obviously he was going on about the fitness, the training, and everything like that, and you're seeing now what a real top coach comes in and what these players can produce. Lundstrom was, as you say, fantastic. all game yesterday, and obviously on Wednesday as well. First name in the team sheet. It was a real solid performance for Lundstrom. Is what you want to see. Do you know what I mean? There was a guy who said similar to maybe Lammers as well. That was obviously he was low in confidence for such a long time, and now you can really see the John Lundstrom that we all wanted to see come out in the play. So it's fantastic to see. And only you can only hope that the coach does that with Lammers and I don't know about Dessers, but you can only hope. You can only sit here and hope. Because as I say, we never want MD to fail, be a failed signing or a failed transfer, whatever. We obviously want him to kick on, do well. But Lundstrom was fantastic all game yesterday, man.
Nah, Lundstrom was brilliant. So was Danilo as well, leading the line. I think, as you mentioned with Dessers, you see the difference with Danilo.
Oh,
He's fast. He's got technique about him. He's strong as well. He can create chances and obviously gets himself an assist for that Scott Wright goal
I thought
yesterday. And he was unlucky, maybe not even get a goal. But for me,
first
he's the
half,
guy.
he had one or two chances. I thought he maybe should have done a bit
He
better.
did have a couple. Aye.
Definitely the guy to lead the line. There's no doubt about that for me whatsoever. You don't obviously see him starting the game and you think, Jesus Christ, we're in for a long night. You think, here we go, my Brazilian 6 million signing. We're looking forward to this. Let's go. I'm going to buy one of those masks if we start pumping those out, Castro. Let's get them out. You know what I mean? No, but definitely the guy to lead the line, Jack.
Aye. And then just all around with yesterday's performance, it just even the players' interviews after the game and hearing and seeing them on the pitch, and it's just a massive like lift of confidence and mood around the place. It feels like the fans are really on board with what's happening on the pitch. The players are sort of feeling that energy and transferring that into victories and wins. So it's been huge. This change has been needed, and it came at maybe a bit later than it should have, but it came at a really good time where we've went to Sparta Prague away and get a point, and we're scoring goals. We're creating so many chances per game. We look like a team that can score all the time, and that's exactly what I wanted for a Rangers team. I knew we had players in there that were good enough to play with a manager that could actually structure a team and give players roles and um, basically ideas what to do in the pitch. It just feels like there was nothing like beforehand in the first part of the season, and um, I think you see that bleeding throughout the players now. It was Lundstrom's interview. He just looks buzzing when he's talking about like just what's going on now. Goldson, it looks a lot happier than he did obviously beforehand with previous regime in charge, and it just makes you wonder. I'll always wonder what was actually going on behind the scenes. There was it players just going and doing what they wanted to do, and there was just no structure about it. We'll probably find out in years to come when somebody ends up retiring and does a podcast or something after it.
Hopefully
But
this one. No,
hopefully.
I just honestly, the way the manager managed the game yesterday for me was superb. You could tell, obviously wanted to get the job done, but also was thinking about Thursday night as well. And I just thought the way he managed it was fantastic. Also after the game as well, his mentality towards obviously everyone that was on the bench and obviously staff and everything again. Saying we go again, we keep going, we don't stop. Do you know what I mean? We keep going till we win, which is it's just a breath of fresh air. And you just we don't look back in the past with interviews obviously with Bale and what have you, but you do think to yourself what was going on, what were these players actually doing on the training part. I mean the amount of times we had Graham Dorns, you had players going down just getting injured all the time. Do you know what I mean? It's just, sorry, Dowell, sorry, yeah, I'm getting mixed up with the two of them. But no, you know what I mean. You just players getting injured for thinking yourself, what are they doing in the training park? So it's great to obviously have a coach, as I say, that knows what he's doing, a manager that actually wants to do well here. For me, which is the main thing, obviously.
Well, that's been one of the main things he's kind of brung up in his time he's been here is the fitness of the players. Like, as you say, Dow and obviously Cifuentes was out. Looking at the rest of the squad, obviously Cantwell was out, Danilo was out, Ryan Jack was out for a bit as well, and you've obviously got them all coming back. Tom Lawrence, Dujon Sterling, obviously seen minutes yesterday, which was nice. And obviously you've got Matondo and Roof and Suter is the only kind of three out there now. So you just kind of hope that the fitness and the way that we actually live as a team, the lifestyle kind of party as well, not doing the right things away from it. I think that's what Clements kind of try to drive into these guys and try and be like top professional football players, which I don't think was there previously. So I think that you continue to see changes, and I mean, going into a game against Sparta Prague, which is obviously coming up on Thursday, like you feel confident for this now. Like you feel like you can. Right, we've obviously went there. We done the hard work and got a point out of it, which was well warranted on the night with the way the game went, and we now have them at Ibrox, and we've got a real proper chance of going and getting a 3 points in this group, which would be huge, especially with the next game being Aris Limassol at home. You would expect that to be a victory. We need to win this game. I think this is probably the most important game in the group now. If we want to see progression, obviously Betis, I think they've got Limassol at home, so the two teams that you can probably see pushing for that are obviously at home. You'd expect both of them to hopefully get the job done. But it'll still be a difficult game. We've obviously seen what they can throw at us in the first half when they played over there. They've got players that are dangerous. Butland obviously bailed us out a couple of times, and we had our own chances in the second half that were maybe unlucky not to come away with a victory. But I think obviously, as you say, Clement was looking at this game in mind yesterday, picking his team and subbing the right players off at the right time, getting players minutes, and I feel like we're in a really good spot to go and get a strong result here at home. The team that I'm going with is something along the kind of lines of that. I think obviously Davies will come in because but Balogun isn't in the European squad. Suter's out. Don't expect King to be kind of playing. I think Barisic obviously at left back. No Yilmaz in the European squad. The Lundstrom Jack, I feel, keep their places. And what I was talking about when we were, I would go to a kind of more 4-3-3 as Cantwell as your kind of more advanced to the midfield three. I think if you've got two out and out wingers there, I think it gives us more of a chance of playing Cantwell in his proper position, see what he's kind of like. Obviously, he only played 45 minutes the other day, so I think he'll be fresh enough, and I think Clement will probably go with him over Lammers for this game. I think Scott Wright deserves a nod for this one, especially with his pace. It gives us a different dimension out on the right hand side. Sema, he can continue there all he wants at left wing, and Danilo obviously leading the line again. I think will be the team. What's your thoughts?
No, definitely. Obviously, that's why Davies came on, getting the minutes in there. No, I can see that 100%. I just think the manager, I don't know if Campbell, I think he'll go to start the game, but I don't know. I just think the manager might go for Lammers. But most of the team you've named there, mate, is definitely what I'd go for. Massive game. Got to win this game, obviously, before the last two. But I just think, obviously, our home games we have to win. I really want to finish top of the group. I don't want to be playing drop downs for Champions League level. So I must win. Got to go out there and give everything we've got, and get the 3 points on board.
Yeah, as you say, it's going to be huge in terms of finishing top of the group. If you win your home games, obviously we got that victory against Betis in the opening group game. If you win the next two, I mean, it puts us in a really strong position now to go and progress. And obviously we've got Betis in that last one. It could end up being quite an interesting game. All said, obviously that's before the cup final actually as well. So be an interesting game to see how we approach that one. But obviously the two games first we need to take care of. Sparta Prague at home. We've beat them there obviously a couple of seasons before in that run we had 2-0. You would expect again similar performance and we can go and win this game, especially with the way we're playing now. I don't see any reason why we can't go and beat Sparta Prague at home. So looking forward to the game. I can't believe I keep saying that. I'm still traumatized for what I've watched over the past year, and
Well,
I'm
I'm
a bit traumatized about when the next game will be. But you're just looking forward to seeing these players pull on the shirt again and be back in attendance at Ibrox and sort of see the team will hopefully get another victory. But that's all for my end. Great victory and Sunday obviously sends us through to a final, and we'll keep on going. I think there's two games now till the international break. It's Sparta Prague and Livingston away. So a week to kind of reset after that, which I think will be good for everybody involved. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Ravi Matondo is back by then, because I'm just watching that game yesterday and I'm like, Matondo is literally going to absolutely explode in this system. So really excited for him to come back, but of course, just looking forward to the game Thursday first.
I'll tell you what, I'll be back before Ruth anyway. But aye, You had to bring up the international break here, didn't you? Don't really want to think about that. I'm enjoying watching my team play football.
I know.
Um, I know, massive game on Thursday. Just got to go out and win it. It's exciting times at the moment, Jack. It's a real buzz. I don't know if some of the listeners or whatever you might be going to obviously do the mad meet and greet with some of the Korean sort of stars that are coming over on that. But Bizgrove doing care of the business as well, making sure we get some attraction in on that end as well.
I know that it's just pretty random that you see these things sort of coming up. Obviously, I think that's been good about Bisgrove is he's really tried to modernise the club and go in a direction where we're in the limelight in a way and open to kind of all avenues of revenue in a way. I think it's just going to be again another event for the club that will be will do well for them. So